Dude, that's amazing. All right, it looks like we might actually get our Wisdom. We're going to be seeing the Charizard.
All right, the Charizard from Chuck Nasty up against Muse. Two of Oklahoma's finest players duking out here at the Choctaw Festival of Gaming.
So with these two, I think it's kind of interesting where Charizard has this big body that he has to deal with. And I'm sure it's kind of sucks for him in a lot of ways because he gets comboed pretty hard, I can imagine.
Yeah, but he hits pretty hard.
Exactly.
He's got some decent KO options.
And he looks like he has some fun edge guarding tools here. That flamethrower definitely helping out. Now, ooh, that dash attack pushing it up, looking probably for that back air. Again, look at this multiple times. Every single time that Muse is coming from below the stage, he has to deal with that flamethrower.
Man, Muse was so lucky that that bomb had exploded just as Chuck Nasty had released him. That actually saved him, I believe, from getting KO'd via the throw.
Yeah. Ooh, good job of just getting that shield up just in time to deal with that up smash from Charizard. Oh my god, takes him up the top.
Clean from Chuck Nasty. And man, just those nairs. They can actually be really scary at times as well whenever you're going up against Charizard. Really deceptive, kind of useful. It reminds me a lot of Ike's Nair, honestly. Just without a sword.
Yeah.
Got a big old tail instead.
Yeah, I can see where you're getting at with that.
Yeah.
Because it starts off nice and behind you kind of eases its way forward. It's so useful with Ike. But there is the follow-up with the up air. Now, I guess at this position, though, you would try to see if you can use these projectiles as much as possible, especially when you have that extra percentage and the distance between the two of you. Charizard isn't really the fastest kind of character to deal with things in neutral. He doesn't have a great run speed. Oh my goodness, and that forward air, catching Chuck Nasty as he's probably jumping out of shield to escape that situation. So much pressure while he was sitting at the edge.
All right, set up with the barbecue. A nice forward air afterwards. Chuck Nasty, he's really starting to actually pad the lead a bit here. Muse wants to try to start up, like we said, the projectile-oriented neutral. But what you're seeing from Chuck consistently is just he's always in Muse's threat zones, right? He's just a looming presence. I would say dragon, but not quite dragon for some reason. Come on, Nintendo. Come on, Pokemon. Get it together.
Oh,
it's just scary, right? Because you're in this threat zone, right? And Muse is thinking, okay, I need to pull out a bomb here. But if I do, I'm going to get punished consistently. So it's really nice from Chuck. Seems like he has that matchup awareness. He's just consistently just closing the distance between Muse and preventing him from getting his offense started.
Chuck has good timing, by the way. I don't know if this is something that might be subtle that people don't really understand, is that Chuck is doing a great job of knowing that Muse has to do the animation of pulling out the bomb before you can throw it, right? And during that time period where you're pulling out the bomb, he's dashing in and he's covering distance. But whenever he has to worry about the bomb, Dash is a little bit outside of the range. So it's all this small conditioning and things that he's seeing. Chuck is thinking about the counterplay that exists. Dash attack, not going to be able to kill here. Very close, though. Muse holding on by a thread here at 145%. Oh. That dash attack there, too close to the ledge, and that's going to do it. Chuck gets the first game.
You were right, Nebs. It's all about that chase down. He had an objective going in, just closing the distance, preventing Muse from setting up those zoning options. And I'm really taking a lot of those chips off of the table, part of the casino reference. But seriously, he didn't really have anything really to work with near the end there. But one thing that we did see from Muse actually was an adaptation, right? Like, he'd get the bomb out, and he noticed that Chuck a lot of times would just run up into shield. And so Muse would actually run through the shield and start getting him with the cross-ups. And so we see the adaptations, right? We're seeing the information being taken in. Now it's a matter of Muse making some of the adjustments necessary to go and change the tide of the game. Because again, Chuck, it felt like he just had such a strong handle on the matchup, and Muse really wasn't able to get the offense generated.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. And the thing is that when Muse does get something started, it's pretty good conversions. It's a bunch of up tilts, a bunch of up airs and whatnot, but it's got to be able to find them. That's what's so hard, winning those neutrals.
And the fact that Muse was actually able to integrate that grab earlier, that may decondition Chuck from consistently going for those shield stops, right? Because now you're thinking to yourself, oh man, if I shield here, I'm just so wide and vulnerable for the grab. And this, the shield play, just bouncing the bomb off of the shield and catching it again, saying, you know what, we're just going to be at a stalemate for a while here until I decide you can move.
That's so sick. Good forward air, not going to be able to kill him. Oh, what?
Yeah, that was kind of kooky. That was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'll take the damage from the Flare Blitz just to get back onto center there if I was Chuck. That was a scary spot to be in.
Chuck doing a great job of being that threat, that looming threat, exactly what you're talking about. Just staying in that range, abusing his positioning underneath the platform, and then having that up air there. It was so satisfying. Jab's dash attack.
Oh, baby! Comes down, brings down the house with him. Fantastic dare to take that game.
That was absolutely brutal. That man dismantled him at the ledge there. The offstage game, when